For coming to my channel. I am Jackie Horton, your wellness and health specialist. I am here to promote wellness and good health.
The real you is breathing down your neck, begging you to manifest. It's got to be a lifestyle change. When you shift your paradigm, when you shift your thinking, only then what you see in your head, you will hold in your hand.
Hi, and welcome to my channel. I am Jackie Horton, your virtual wellness and health specialist. Today is Mental Health Monday, and for today, I am going to discuss what I describe as a defeated soul. A defeated soul. And so, what made me think of this term was because I was watching recently Good Will Hunting. And I hope many people have seen that. It's with Robin Williams and Matt Dillon. And so basically, Robin Williams was playing a college/university psychologist, and Matt Dillon role was a very intellectually inclined, almost gifted, was gifted young man who they put into college. He sort of didn't just apply and get, chosen through applications and SATs and so forth. Basically, he was discovered based on his intellect because he was drawing on the walls. He was figuring out the math problems in the different classrooms that he was cleaning. All right. And they both kind of mirrored this defeated soul experience to me because they both seemed very indifferent, uncaring, detached, and just extremely lonely and alone. And any behavior is learned is a learned response to experiencing things that are a loss to you over and over again. I'm going to talk about meaningful things like emotional relationships with parents, with siblings, and so on. And so you sort of start to just live like with unexpressed enthusiasm, because really what's the point to be enthusiastic when the inspiration may last very little. And so, when I think about a race, for many of us who started our lives out when we were going off, moving out of our parents' home, maybe going to college, maybe going to the military, and you think about the race like a track race, you think about get on your mark, get set, and go. For people who struggle with life in a defeated manner, that is the most nerve-wracking experience for them, because what is their mark? Getting set for what? And go where? And so a lot of times, they stop trying, stop hoping, stop dreaming. And the suffering that comes inside is great and mighty. It is like an anger on their bodies that keeps them stiff, stuck, and immovable. And have you ever heard, or even have you ever said to yourself, why me? Why me? Why is this always happening to me? For some, when they have a self-defeated soul, they're like, I figured it would be me. It's always me. Yeah, that's how it goes for me. Or who cares about me? And so when you start to hear that, you see that the person is absolutely just living in a space of darkness and just, lack of hope, lack of, inspiration, lack of enthusiasm. Because the why me becomes, I figured it was going to be me. The dark, the doom. And they can come across as looking, very lazy in behavior and activities, and even in thinking, or uncaring, which is really hard for people, particularly when the person has learned not to be very verbalized. And verbalizing your emotions does require maturity and development, and they're very indifferent. So for some, it's a long-lasting experience with years of unexpressed enthusiasm. No matter what happens, they're the same. I recall a part of the movie when Robin Williams they did a survey of his home, and he had all the dishes loaded up, and I think he had 2 empty liquor bottles, and he was sitting at the side of he was sitting in a chair beside the window, and he just looked so defeated. And I think, when we see those behaviors, a lot of, I guess, descriptive words can be used, and a lot of experience, a lot of expressions we can use in describing it. But we too also can become a little bit impatient with it as well, if we are the ones who in close proximity to the people who suffer with this. So the question is there a way to change this behavior for the better? And of course, being, a Christian, being a clinical social worker, why else would I be a social worker if I didn't think change was possible? And also my experience, yes, this can be addressed, this can be remedied. And this also means that it takes time for the change to take place. It requires patience, and it requires meaningful desire from the person who struggles with life, through the dark lens of how he or she has begun to see his or her world. So I would say to anyone who either they're thinking of a person who fits this description, or they might be the person themselves, is that two things. There's someone somewhere holding a vision of you with the light that you actually do carry within, and hoping and praying and believing that at some point you'll take hold of that vision of yourself that they see and become it. And for those who have never seen the vision that they desire become a reality, I would like for you to know that it took real courage, and it took a whole bunch of, light within you to see the light within the other person. So it was not in vain. And it's never in vain when you desire more or best for the other person. So what I would say to that is keep going and keep moving forward. Get on your mark and get set and go. Thank you so much. Have a good night.